Reports came out this afternoon that Derrick Rose is away from the Cavs and contemplating his future in the NBA. David, Rose has dealt with a lot of injuries in his career, but you say this is different. How does it affect his game?
Well, I think this is different just because it's maybe the final straw for him. You know, this is a different type of ankle injury. It's on the interior of his ankle, not the outside. So I think at some point he just starts to feel like everything is mounting up. I think it's very, very difficult psychologically, and Stu, you know this very well. As a 22-year-old kid, you win MVP. To get comfortable with what you're going to be now as a player, it's almost unprecedented to have to be this now when he's lost this kind of athleticism.
Yeah, you know, I agree. It's a tough deal for Derrick because he's probably at the point in his career where he has to make a conscious decision that he's going to change the way that he plays. You know, you date back, I mean, as early as 2015-16 when he was a little bit healthy, and all signs were pointing even as recent as 3 weeks ago how good he felt and how much fun he was having playing with the Cavaliers. Now comes the injury, and, you know, the bad thing about Derrick's game is his entire career has been predicated on explosion and that need to just get that pop. And he's at a point because of the injuries, he can't do that anymore, and I think he may just need to make the decision, if he comes back, to change the way he plays.
And Amari Stoudemire had to do that. The only player I can think of that's been all NBA as a 22-year-old that had to completely remake his game. And Amari averaged 38 and 11 against San Antonio in the playoffs, had microfracture, and had to come back more as a jump shooter. You know, he averaged 12 free throws a game in that series. And so he had to really reinvent his game. And fortunately for Amari, he was able to do it as a shooter. And he came back and was another first-team All-NBA player. But it's very rare to be able to completely change your game.